Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the moments that hurt the most are the moments you remember the longest? Right now, somewhere in this country, someone is lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering, how did my life end up here? Bills piling up, a relationship falling apart. A career that once felt like a dream now feels like a trap. And maybe, if we're being honest, that someone is you. See, nobody prepares us for this part of life. They teach us how to succeed. They teach us how to win. But they don't teach us what to do when everything breaks. Here's what most people don't realize. The problem that's crushing you right now, the thing you wish would disappear, the struggle you're fighting with every ounce of your energy, is not here to destroy you. It's here to shape you. Every breakthrough in your life was born from a breakdown. Every level of strength you've ever developed came from a moment when quitting felt easier than continuing. And the truth is, your biggest problem isn't the obstacle in front of you, it's the story you're telling yourself about it. What if this moment, this pain, this fear, this uncertainty isn't the end of your story, but the turning point? Because history doesn't remember the people who had it easy. It remembers the people who rose. And today, the question isn't, why is this happening to me? The real question is, who am I becoming because of it? When pain becomes power, so let's go deeper. Because if you're still listening right now, it means this message already touched something inside you. And that's not an accident. Think about this for a moment. What if the pain you're experiencing isn't punishment? What if it's preparation? See, every major change in your life has always come after one thing. A moment where staying the same became more painful than changing. Nobody transforms when life is comfortable. Nobody finds their true strength when everything is easy. Growth doesn't come from convenience, it comes from challenge. And yet, when problems show up, what do? We resist. We complain. We ask, why me? But the people who change their lives ask a different question. They ask, what is this here to teach me? Because here's the truth most people never hear. Your problems are not random. They show up at the exact moment you're ready for your next level, even if you don't feel ready. That breakup you didn't see coming? It wasn't just loss, it was clarity. That job that burned you out, drained your soul, and left you feeling invisible? It wasn't failure, it was feedback. That financial pressure that has you questioning everything, it's not here to break you, it's here to build a new standard. See, life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you, but only if you're willing to see it that way. And I know right now, some of you are thinking, that sounds nice, but you don't know what I've been through. You're right. I don't know your exact story, but I do know this. Pain speaks a universal language. We've all felt rejected. We've all felt not enough. We've all stood at a crossroads where fear was screaming louder than faith. And here's what separates the people who stay stuck from the people who rise. Meaning, two people can go through the same experience. One becomes bitter, the other becomes better. What's the difference? The meaning they attach to the experience. If you tell yourself, this happened because I'm broken, you shrink. If you tell yourself, this happened because I'm being forged, you rise. Let me ask you something powerful. Who would you be today if every challenge you faced had made you stronger instead of smaller? Because strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn in moments when you don't think you can go on, but you do anyway. Think back to the hardest moment of your life, the one that almost took you out. You survived it, not because it was easy, but because you were stronger than you realized. And that strength, it's still inside you. Right now, there are people watching this who feel like they're behind, like they missed their chance, like everyone else figured it out except them. Let me tell you something. There is no timeline for greatness. Some people win early and lose later. Some people struggle early and rise later. Life isn't a race, it's a reveal. And your current struggle may be revealing the version of you that's been waiting to emerge. But here's the part nobody likes to hear. Opportunity doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door down disguised as chaos. It shows up as discomfort, as uncertainty, as moments that demand courage when you don't feel brave. That's why most people miss it. They're too busy trying to escape the pain instead of extracting the power from it. But not you. Because if you're still here, still listening, still searching, that means something inside you refuses to quit. And that voice is your future calling you forward. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to feel confident. You don't need permission. You just need a decision. A decision that says, I will not let this break me. I will not let this define me. I will use this. Because the moment you change how you see your problem begins to change you. This isn't about pretending everything is fine. This is about standing in the truth and saying, this hurts, but it's not the end. Some of the greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, and change makers in history were shaped by moments that look like disasters. They didn't win despite their struggles. They won because of them. And one day, sooner than you think, you'll look back at this chapter of your life and realize this was the moment everything changed. Not because the problem disappeared, but because you did. You became stronger, clearer, more focused, more aligned. So don't run from the fire. Step into it. Because pressure doesn't destroy potential. It reveals it. And your greatest opportunity, it's not in the comfort you're chasing, it's in the challenge you're facing. Right now. Now listen to me. Because this is the moment where everything shifts. Not someday. Not when you feel ready. Right now. Breakthroughs don't come from information. They come from decisions. And the most powerful decision you'll ever make is this. I am no longer living at the effect of my life. I am taking control of the meaning, the direction, and the power of my story. See, your life changes the instant you decide that your problems are no longer enemies. They are instructions. Every challenge you face is asking something of you. Not why are you here, but who must you become to move forward? And here's the truth most people avoid. The life you want is on the other side of a version of you that no longer exists. You don't break through by waiting for confidence. Confidence comes after you move. You don't break through by feeling fearless. Fear is a sign you're stepping into something meaningful. The breakthrough happens when you say, I'll move anyway. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It's action in the presence of it. Right now, your brain is trying to protect you. It's reminding you of past failures. It's showing you worst case scenarios. But your heart knows something your mind has forgotten. You were not built to survive. You were built to expand. And the moment you stop negotiating with your excuses, your power comes back. So let me ask you a question that matters. What is the one problem in your life you've been avoiding? The one you've been hoping would fix itself? That's not your weakness. That's your gateway. Because whatever you confront, you control. Whatever you avoid controls you. And today, this moment, is about choosing control. Not over everything. Not over the world. But over one decision. One action. One step that proves to yourself that you are no longer the person who waits. It might be making the call you've been putting off. Having the conversation you're afraid of. Taking responsibility where you used to make excuses. Starting before you feel ready. You don't need a massive plan. You need momentum. Momentum is created the second you move. And once you move, your identity begins to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone stuck in a problem and start seeing yourself as someone rising through it. And here's what's incredible. When you change, everything around you changes. Your energy changes. Your standards change. Your relationships change. You stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I don't try? That's the breakthrough. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's a quiet, powerful moment inside where you say, enough. Enough playing small. Enough settling. Enough letting the past dictate the future. Because your story is not over. This chapter isn't the end, it's the initiation. The pain you're feeling, it's temporary. The strength you're building, that's permanent. And years from now, you won't remember every detail of this struggle, but you'll remember the day you decided to rise. So here's my challenge to you, and this is not optional if you want change. When this ends, don't go back to life as usual. Write down one problem you're facing, and right next to it, write, this is my opportunity to become more. Then take one action today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because transformation doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in moments of choice. And this, right now, is your moment. Step forward. Claim your power. And remember this, your biggest problems were never meant to stop you. They were meant to summon the strongest version of you. And that version, it's already here. Now go prove it.